don't. So, like I said, like I remember when somebody says Sonic the Hedgehog, I think back to like, what is it, 80s and 90, like what is it, Sega, whatever the fucking controller is, where, you've just got like the awesome platformer and all the pixel glory. That shit TV show that existed at the time that was kind of questionable. Um, Nowadays, all as I know of Sonic the Hedgehog is that he's in one of the like Mario Party things or something. Like that's as much as I've kept up with that. Like it was never like a huge thing for me, so I never really kept up on that. It gives me ADHD and I saw so many awful things people made with Sonic. Oh man, you got no idea what people are into with Sonic. That's one thing the internet at least has educated me on is what people think of Sonic privately. There's literally like videos of YouTubers that have like had their innocence spoiled because like Sonic exists. Hilarious. It's bad, but it's hilarious. Maybe I do. I don't know. Hold on. I'm not gonna fucking bring up anything, but I'm gonna Google current Sonic. Hold on. Alright, what's Sonic currently looking like? Like, he looks like Sonic. I know that the movie was like, I don't know. I never fucking went near the movie. I just went fuck that. Like, I know it had Jim Carrey in it, and that was like an almost. I'd almost watch it for that, but I didn't fucking go anywhere near it for it. But yeah, I don't know anything else about Sonic. I remember one video that scared me so much. Now I can't find it anywhere. Makes that more scary. Nah, it just means that it um it means that it was against some kind of like rule or something, or got reported too much. There'll be more of it somewhere. It'll pop up elsewhere. God damn. I need to move this over. I can't. That's the problem. I'm hoping even one person was spared. And the worst thing is, new Sonic movie. The show are pretty cool by itself. It's just a community. Yeah, so I don't know anything about the Sonic community, but there is a artist on YouTube who's got a pretty fucking funny like video of like the first kind of content that she came into contact with because she was a Sonic fan and Googled him as a young kid, and that was a mistake back before safe search filters and shit existed. So I think she's like scribble someone. Hold on, have a look at her thing. I'm not gonna bring it up specifically, but um, yeah, Scribble Juice. Scribble Juice had an interesting experience that ruined her childhood. That's one of the YouTubers that I watch. Um, yeah, I don't know. I've definitely heard of Waver hate on Sonic, and I've heard like a few YouTubers have really bad experiences, but like I don't know anything else about it. All I know is like a few years ago they brought out like pictures, early pictures of what the movie was going to look like, and it was basically like cancer in image format. Then they changed it. I know Nick's watched the movie, but yeah, if there's anything else related to it, I don't know about it. Fucking hell, I just want to like move this over just a little bit, but I don't want to zoom in. I have to. I fucking hate this, but I need it to be over there. The comic is about family. Oh, your comic's about family. Yeah, you were kind of describing it last week in PUBG. Um, some of it was crazy. Uh, see, I just don't want to be this fucking zoomed in on it. I hate it when like if you zoom out a little bit and it won't let you actually like scroll over more. Frustrating. That one was different. Okay. Maybe I haven't heard about it. I don't know. I have four different comic stories. Um, I know one of them's complete. The other three, I think, I can't remember what they're up to. I had four comics. I wrote four books. Well, actually, I wrote more books now that I think about it because I've got my dream stories. Um, but yeah, working my desk setup. That's okay. It'd be good to see what it all like ends up looking like at the end. Oh my god, what was that? What? Fucking hell, what is that? Let me move over a little bit. It's interesting. Like, I have to move this image around for where it picks up on the tablet, and I can't move because of the layout of my desk. I cannot move my tablet more over to where it would be comfortable and practical for my wrist. So I keep getting like squiggly lines like this. Um, let's see. The comic have a loser. The family is so angry with him and they need to tell him to clean his room or something. Shotguns aimed at him. Kamatsu and tells him to get a job. Jesus Christ. That is one fucking hostile fucking story. That's only the beginning of it too. Why is this on that? That's better. There in the end. Because I really hate it when I'm trying to get a fucking line done and it's in a shit spot like this, like really, really far over to the side. Makes it very difficult. Not listening to that. The factory is good, but let's try a different one. Yeah, that one's nice. Sounds like that everybody hates Chris show. See, I don't watch enough TV. Well, I don't watch TV in the first place, so I don't know. Hard to tell. First the mum yells and the dad and then the strong grandma. Always same person. Oh man. The other thing too is just because it sounds very similar to something doesn't mean it's not like originally inspired. Um Everybody hates Chris. I don't even know who Chris is. I'm like I feel like I'm supposed to hate on Chris, but I don't even know who Chris is. I was gonna say I need to get me a TV, but I actually would need to get an antenna. That would be the more correct way to say it. I can't really get a signal here. But shit. The dude probably not like anybody saw both in the same room. That would explain some things. My drummer is like crazy boxer. Somehow doesn't surprise me. That's it. She's a clone of herself too. American television show based on the life of comedian Chris. Oh, okay. Yeah, all right. That would actually be probably pretty funny. I'll have to ask Nick if he knows about it because he's a real fan of Chris Rock. Well, good point. And never seen us in the same place at the same time unless it's in the mirror. Oh my god. No. No. Terrible. I'm sure Mirthless is like laughing his ass off right now. Oh my god. I'm sure Shadow probably is too. He's probably building his computer and laughing in the background. So, ladies and gentlemen, we got her. She's cringing. I am cringing. I cringed that pretty hard. It's good though. I like fucking. I like jokes that are like that though. I like punny, cringy kind of stuff. Like the worse it is, the better it is. You know. In the mirror, Merthel's lyric, yeah. why I was cringing. It really is. I've said that before. I'm like, if I've like eye rolled or sighed or something, the joke's good. I gotta I gotta zoom in. I was listening. You were there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's like listening. Yeah, he went there right up to the mirror. I learned something about mirrors the other day actually. Something about I think they're only ever half of whatever your total height is because it shows you at the same distance you are away from the mirror in the reflection on the other side mirrored away from the other side of the mirror as well. So you never at unless you're like right up against the mirror, you never at like full fucking height to it. Give my seal of approval. Jesus Christ. Alright, how's this one going? Some of these hair strands are like really fucking difficult. What's one a day? I'll have Mayday. I know I've been having a random this whole time, but I want Mayday. Mayday. You're always younger in the mirror than in life. How's it for the light has to travel between your eyes and the mirror? That's crazy. I didn't know that one. Oh, that's smooth. I hate it when a line is just being a little too fucking thick, where you don't want it to be, but to fucking fix it, it's a goddamn nightmare. Now it's like too thin compared. Whoa, why is that still an eraser? Oh, I've got my pen upside down. Don't mind me, people. Fucking hell. That's a new experience for me, is I just pick up the fucking pen upside down. I legitimately thought I had it the right way around. Should fix it a little bit. Yeah. Nice. Not only that, but every moment you stand in front of the mirror, you get away from each other. Was expanding universe. So each second you get younger in the mirror. What the fuck? What is this? The fucking somebody out there is wigging out at the moment with all this fucking trippiness talk. Yes, size inflation is real. Is it? Psychics, physics is so weird. It sounds more like science fiction. Somewhat, yeah. Not quite sure yet what I want to do with these strands of hair because it should theoretically come down to a point. It's interesting now that I've disturbed my VLC's players random. I don't know what it's going to do next. I don't know if it's going to try to replay shit or what. How about the quantum realm, which itself universe exists every single one until it decides to fall into our universe. The fuck? This is what happens when I leave you guys alone conversationally. I don't want that one. Hold up. I don't know if I even want that line there. Maybe? Maybe not. Possibly. Yeah, the coin heads or tails. No, it's both until observed. Oh my god. Don't start getting into the fucking Schrodinger stuff. Somewhere out there, somebody's just like, I didn't come to art for this. Like, I don't know, maybe they did. Maybe I'm just like assuming things. The other thing too is even though I'm putting all this effort into the tips of the hair here, they might not even be visible when I actually like put it all together. I'm nearly done with the line art at this point. This isn't too bad. This is what, 3 hours for one? That's actually really good. And then I can start fucking around with colors and shit. And then once I've got colors and stuff, then I should be able to duplicate out the ribbon and stuff. So it shouldn't take too long for this one, which is nice. I don't know what I click to get the fucking magnifier, but I do it every so often. Very close. I gotta get rid of this line. I can't get it to line up like that, then it's a line, it's not the actual other one that I'm trying to do. That is so much better immediately. And worse, somehow. Fuck. I swear, lines are complicated. So for anybody that doesn't draw, so if I'm trying to make a line and I make this end a little bit skinnier and that end a little bit fatter, it completely changes the shape of an ear. Like, very, very much. Um, so that's why, like, a lot of the times, like, when I draw things, I tend to, like, keep to whatever I've sketched out with the view that that's exactly how I want it to look. A lot of artists will, like, see a line and go, no, I can fix that up. I don't want this little bow here. I need it to kind of come out like that. Also, just because I'm not like chatting and stuff as much doesn't mean you guys can't like ask questions and shit. I'll still talk and still answer questions and stuff. I just I'm quieter during art streams. I feel like that line's off. Might be. May have to make that one thinner. I'll come back to it. How I feel in a minute. I was wondering about that, Aweaver. I was wondering whether or not you would be drawing at the same time as me. What are you drawing? Practicing hair and poses. Have you found? Are you getting any better with like hair and heads and stuff like that? I know that was something that you were having trouble with. Oh, good. I take it you've probably been like practicing away. No, this one is wrong somehow. Yeah, this is one we heard earlier. I was wondering if it was going to do this. I figured it would. So I swear, every single time I do an art stream and I have this fucking song in it, it stays in my head for like 4 to 6 days afterwards. I'm not mad, I'm just fucking impressed. Wait, where's your character called? So my character and my avatar, their name is Kelly Venus. So Venus like the planet and Kelly like Kelly. So that's her and her, her. Yeah, there you go. That's the spelling. So that's Kelly Venus. That's the name. I miss anything? Had to go to a place where you read labels real quick. That's okay. I don't think you missed anything. A waiver was just asking what my character's name was. Her name's Kelly Venus. Um, I know that like there's a little bit of like confusion with that since I'm acrylic, like, but I've kind of learned that like a lot of streamers have like a separate name for their avatar than their channel name. Yeah, Waver's also drawing. I need some chapstick and some water. I'm not like I'm not talking much, but I feel like missing water. Get some water. It would be nice to have a new emote again. It's been a few months since I've really like had a chance to draw one. Obviously, the last one, Cheese Slap, was very, very popular. I don't think this one will be as popular. I think it will have its time and place because obviously it's shock. But yeah, it's interesting. I need to get in here. And I also need to turn that up a little bit in my headset. That's a good song. Check out how these ears are going. Mm, I hate to say it, I think they were fine a lot earlier. My god. How they were was a lot better than this. Alright. Take a bit. I love that I can just go back for fucking days. That would be far back as I can get. Her ear on the side just needs to be a bit pointier. Yeah, this is the real Ecuador. So much better. That should be substantially better, hopefully. Could be better. Need to do with the depth of the ear. Hold on. Let me bring up an extra layer. Alright. So what's your canvas size? For this one is about 3,000. Hold on. I said I wanted to grab this whole one. New. Yeah, I'm starting with 3,000. Let's see where this goes. Yeah, all right. So 3,000 wide by 3,461 high pixels. Let's do scale. Oh yeah, well, scale would have done it too. I didn't even think of that. Yeah, that brings it up. A lot of these don't show up for you guys. So it's really frustrating because some of the interface, if I click on it, it doesn't appear for you. But yeah, it's a very big canvas, and I'll be taking it down to 112 pixels for the starting size. All right. What I need to see is I need to see all of her. That does look better, but why does this not? But that does. A little bit wider, a little bit taller. All right. Really draw this one above it. I don't want to fuck with the line that exists. Well, oops. Undo those lines. All right, so that's the case. I may need them back. Something's bothering me about this ear. I do get that it's the hair, the way that the hair is sitting. I'll bring in another layer. Hair here. Fine to be there, but it needs to like wrap around a little bit more. Like that. What's your weight question, Aweber? Um, that'd be better. Ear's a lot fuller. I feel like this would need to come forwards more though. Not very bad, but I didn't do anything bad like yesterday. You know what I mean? So you're still not like, still feeling off, are you? Still got that like weird feeling where you kind of like meh, but at the same time, like nothing's wrong. Um, I don't know. Maybe just like, I don't know. Just feel in a mood, maybe. Here instead. I don't really feel bad, like meh. Um, but upset. I wonder why. Like yesterday, you weren't quite sure what was like upsetting you. Don't know. Could be anything. I kind of like that ear shape a lot better. I don't know. people brains emotions, they're very, very complex. Like without some kind of like cues, like normally if I'm not sure what's making me not feel good and there's nothing that I can immediately like identify, I have to sit down and think to myself, when am I experiencing not feeling good? Where am I not feeling like okay? Is it something that I feel in like my brain? Is it something that I feel in like my gut or my chest or something like that? Um, like I sit there and I try to identify where the emotion might be settling and help kind of narrow it down. So, like, I think I said the other day that when you guys were like being very, very flattering, very praising and stuff like that, I was having a little bit of issues, like psychologically handling that kind of information because from my perspective, like a little bit of like, I like this or I like that about the stream. Like it's fantastic, but I'm just when it was like overwhelmingly like nice and stuff like that. Um, for me, I had to stop and think why I felt so strange from it. So basically, I went to lay down and thought, okay, so when do I feel like this? And it was after that. And then I was thinking, why do I feel like this? And it was because I was doing nothing special. I was just being me because I am always just me. And then I was like, why does that make me feel bad? So then I had to think about um like basically like I don't know, I just had gone through, like, to simplify it, there's times when I've tried to be the person that people want me to be and they've hated me for it. So I was like, fuck that. If they're not going to enjoy it, I might as well be who I am and they'll still hate it anyway. But at least I get to be me. Um, and when you get like so much negativity and then you flip that and then people just enjoy you being you, my brain wasn't able to like comprehend that, and that's where like the dissonance was happening for me. So that's how I kind of like work through like not understanding an emotion that I was feeling at the time, like if that helps at all. Like it may not help your specific case, but it might help you identify that um something makes you feel out of place, where and why and stuff like that. I'm glad it helps a little bit. Like if you can like identify, like, is it school, is it home, is it a person, is it a lack of a person? Like you just changed schools too, so you could be also missing people, um or you could be missing routine. You might not even know that you're like upset about that, stuff like that. Like there's lots of little factors and stuff. The human brain and emotions psychology is so complex, and just try to have a narrow it down, try to have a think of what's what, where, and why you're feeling it, and see if that helps at all. Hopefully, it does. I'm going to be basically freehanding this ear as it is. So I'll be taking this down into the next layer, I think. What do you think? There's a lot of things I don't like. Yeah, that's part of being a person, having an opinion, likes, dislikes, wants, desires, needs. All right. I like that shape. I like that shape on this. It looks better. Looks a lot more sort of perk. I think too much happened that I don't like. I think that might be the case too. A lot's happened in a very like short window of time. Yeah, all right. I'm gonna have to get rid of some of this ear lines. Fun. All right. The only thing is, I do want the hairlines. Anything I do want. So let me duplicate this as it is. Let me take this down. Just a copy. Let's hide you. Okay, that way I don't lose that. It does stress me out a lot, but not for long usually. That is good that you're able to like move past stuff like that though, without like dwelling on it. That's a good quality. Oh, that's still on 3. I was gonna say that's teeny. Chapter 14? Yeah. It says I have issues processing emotions myself. The most important things I learned is to talk to myself, really listen to myself, what actually makes me feel like what I feel, and then I can decide if it's right to feel that or not. Yeah, that's a really good one too. That's one that I do as well. So a lot of people have situations where they've been like, I'm not saying that you're emotionally stunted, but like a lot of people like go through situations that can cause emotions not to develop the way they should have, and as a result of that, they can either result in negativity, depression, anxiety, all sorts of different things that are just really subtle sometimes, and you wouldn't even necessarily know that it's happening unless you like start looking at it. I got rid of an extra line there, but that's okay. Um, Can you explain that again? Babitsa, what Shadow's thing? Um, are you asking about the thing with Shadow? Oh, my thing. So yeah, um, oh, what do you call it? When you're growing up and stuff like that, lots of different people can go through like emotional like stunting kind of thing, which is kind of where you don't like maybe you experience like a mild trauma or a big trauma or something like that. Like for instance, say you're learning something and you get yelled at, and so therefore you fear learning that thing or trying or stuff like that. So stuff like that can change your emotional development as you grow. Um, it can affect you in different ways for everybody, and yeah, it's something that like a lot of people have got various levels of like some kind of emotional trauma, and if you're not aware of what triggers you and stuff like that as you grow up and stuff like that, you can get into situations where you don't know why you're feeling a certain way, or you don't understand why you react a certain way to something that you shouldn't, or perhaps you don't react at all. I think that might be me. Maybe. Well, it depends. Like,